Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we are doing a deep dive into something absolutely crucial. It sits right at the heart of modern software engineering. We're talking about Apache NetBeans, and we're going to see exactly how a single, super powerful command center can basically transform what is often a pretty chaotic process of building software into this incredibly seamless, highly efficient workflow. So if you've ever wondered how these massive, top-tier applications go from just a tiny spark of an idea to a fully deployed reality, well, let's get into it. Here's the roadmap for our journey today. We've got the Modern Developers Challenge, intelligent coding, debugging, team collaboration, and finally, testing and deployment. Basically, we are going to follow a piece of code right from its inception all the way to its final release. Okay, let's dive into this. Is software development just writing code? I mean, is it really still just a lone coder furiously typing away in a dark basement? The answer is a resounding no. The reality of development has completely shifted. The modern developer is really an orchestrator of complex systems, not just a syntax typist. It demands a vastly broader set of responsibilities. To really get the true value of an integrated development environment, or IDE, we have to look at the traditional workflow versus the NetBeans workflow. On one hand, you have the chaotic reality. We're talking constant context switching between totally disconnected tools for version control, debugging, deployment, you name it. It's exhausting. But on the other hand, NetBeans gives us this elegant all-in-one solution. It brings coding, testing, and deployment into a single unified workspace. And that drastically reduces the need to juggle applications, keeping your productivity incredibly high. Every successful project has to run this exact chronological gauntlet: code, debug, collaborate, test, and deploy. And as we'll see, Apache NetBeans essentially acts as the central nervous system here, handling every single one of these stages for you. Section 1. The Modern Developers Challenge. Navigating complex projects and multiple environments. Modern developers are expected to manage incredibly complex responsibilities that go way beyond just getting the syntax right. And part of that challenge is a sheer variety of technologies out there today. Now, while NetBeans was originally recognized for its really robust Java capabilities, this open-source IDE has evolved far beyond its Java roots. It supports a massive arsenal of languages now: PHP, HTML5, JavaScript, CSS, C++. It empowers developers to build across totally different platforms, from standard desktop software to dynamic web applications, all the way up to huge enterprise systems. Section 2. Intelligent coding, acting as your development co-pilot. Let's move into the coding phase, where NetBeans really unlocks incredible productivity and speed. We're not just talking about basic text editing here. These features act as a literal co-pilot when you're in the zone. You've got advanced code completion that actually anticipates your logic and fills it in for you, saving literally countless keystrokes. Syntax highlighting intuitively organizes the structure so you can read it naturally. And real-time error detection? It catches mistakes the exact moment you make them, instead of letting them fester until compilation. Together, these intelligent features predict code and significantly improve your development speed. Now, as your project grows larger, things inevitably need to change, right? Enter automated refactoring. Say you realize a core variable you named a month ago just doesn't make sense anymore. Well, NetBeans handles the update safely and automatically across thousands of files. You can rename variables, modify classes, and reorganize entire project structures, and the IDE just ensures that all the connected pieces update perfectly without introducing unnecessary errors. It's how developers effortlessly maintain consistency and high code quality as things scale up. And this brilliantly illustrates a common pain point. When you're dealing with enterprise-level applications involving hundreds of thousands of lines of code, you cannot just scroll around to find what you need. NetBeans includes powerful navigation tools that let you instantly locate files, methods, and references. It's like turning an overwhelming mountain of code into a highly searchable database, letting you instantly zoom in on the specific details you need. Section 3. Debugging. Dissecting problems line by line. This is where we have to be a bit more methodical, taking a step-by-step approach to hunt down those pesky application bugs. By using breakpoints, developers can pause an application's execution dead in its tracks at a very specific line of code. From there, you can tangibly inspect the exact values of variables at that exact millisecond. You can examine object states and literally step through the execution flow line by line. It gives you this incredible visibility that makes it vastly easier to uncover hidden logical errors. Now, what's really interesting about this is how debugging isn't just about fixing typos. It's about deeply understanding system failures. NetBeans goes way beyond basic breakpoints by providing detailed exception analysis and runtime monitoring. It helps you understand the root causes of why an application crashed or why it's running slow. And by truly understanding the root causes of these failures, you end up building highly stable software that users can actually trust. Section 4, Team Collaboration, Syncing with your allies. Let's zoom back out from the granular code and look at the big picture of how development teams seamlessly work together. Because NetBeans integrates seamlessly with Git, which is the industry standard, you can coordinate with your team without ever leaving your workspace. You can manage repositories, track every single change made by any team member, create safe branches to experiment on new features, and even resolve code conflicts directly from the IDE. It completely reduces administrative complexity because you're doing it all from your command center. But organization matters just as much as communication. NetBeans offers predefined project templates that completely simplify setup for desktop, web, or enterprise systems. You don't have to build the foundational architecture from scratch every time. These structural tools keep the whole team organized, aligned, and using standardized configurations right from the very start of a project. Section 5, Testing and Deployment, the final polish and triumphant push. This is the climax of our journey, proving the software actually works and launching it out into the real world. So the crucial point is that successful deployment relies entirely on rigorous pre-deployment testing. Beyond basic automated unit tests, developers can monitor overall application performance. You can use profiling tools to analyze memory usage and execution efficiency. Finding those resource-intensive operations here, in the development phase, rather than when your users are live, is absolutely the key to real-world reliability. Once testing proves the application is rock solid, NetBeans provides simplified packaging and deployment processes. It acts as the vehicle for that final confident transition from your local development environment directly to live production systems. It actively reduces deployment errors and supports much faster, more frequent software delivery. To wrap up our explainer today, consider this powerful quote drawn directly from our source material. Apache NetBeans remains a practical and powerful solution for developers seeking productivity, reliability, and flexibility in a rapidly evolving technology landscape. And that perfectly summarizes our core takeaway. As agile development practices become the norm, relying on a comprehensive tool that streamlines every single phase of the workflow isn't just a luxury anymore. It is absolutely vital for success. Which leaves us with one final provocative question for you to consider. Is your current development environment holding your team back? If you find yourself constantly context switching, battling disconnected tools, or just struggling to manage the full lifecycle of your projects, it might be time to evaluate your tech stack. Seek out a true all-in-one command center like the one we've explored today. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive. Keep learning, keep building, and I will see you in the next explainer.